Hey everybody, this is Adam from Honest Home Inspection. Today we're going to be doing an annual maintenance project that should be done every year, which is flushing and draining your water heater. The reason why we do this is because sediment collects in the bottom of the water heater, and that can reduce the lifespan of the device, as well as make your water heating far less efficient than it needs to be. Thankfully, this is a really simple process that requires minimal tools. All you need is a flathead screwdriver and a garden hose. Before we get started, we want to make sure that everything coming to the device is off. So we have a off switch right down here at the boiler. There's an off switch on the top of this device for the fan. This is not a natural draft. This is a forced draft. And then there's a gas supply to turn off as well. So once we have everything turned off, the cold water to the device is turned off as well. All right, so we attach our hose all the way tight. Like so. This water is going out to the backyard where it's going to dispose into an area of the yard that I don't care about, but it's going to be scalding hot water, so make sure that it's not near pets or animals or kids. And we're going to turn on a hot water faucet in the utility room here in order to let the air push the water out of the system. We're going to turn this valve so that it lines up and the water starts flowing out. And then to make it go a little bit faster, we can also turn the TPR valve here, open that, and it's going to push all the water out. Now this process can take quite a while, 20-30 minutes for all the water to flush out. And once it does, we're going to go through a process of turning the water back on for 20 to 30 seconds, let that sediment flush out, turning the water off for 20 to 30 seconds, and doing that repeatedly for 4 to 5 times until you feel like the water on the other side that's coming out of your hose is clear and most of the sediment has been washed out. After you've done that rinse and repeat 4 or 5 times and you have clear water, it's a good idea to close everything back up again, turn off the TPR valve, keep the faucet open to allow the air to escape, close off your valve down here, and refill the entire tank about 3/4 of the way, and then flush that all out again. So in total, you've taken all the hot water out, you've flushed it with 20 to 30 seconds of cold water, 4 to 5 times, you've filled it up 3/4 of the way with cold water, and flushed all that out. By the time you get done with all of that rinsing and repeating, most of the sediment should be out of your tank, and you will be able to close this up, close the TPR valve, leave the hot water open, and start filling your tank. Once the water starts coming out of your faucet, you can close that faucet and fill the rest of the way. Hey there again, this is Adam from Honest Home Inspection. Today we're going to be getting into replacing the drain valve on our water heater. So earlier I was draining my water heater doing my annual maintenance, and this valve started to leak. And now we're going to replace this valve since it started leaking. Now these are not a terribly secure valve. You can look inside of here and see that there's already corrosion built up inside of there. We could go to the hardware store and replace this directly with the same exact piece, but I'm going to go for a ball valve, which is a little bit more robust and secure, and will make this a little bit easier to do annual draining in the future if I don't have to use additional tools like a screwdriver. Now that does mean that my kid could come by and flick open the water, but we'll take some precautions to make sure that doesn't happen. We are back with the brass drain valve ready to install it back onto our water heater. Got some Teflon tape. to there. Beauty. All right. Now we just got to make sure that's off with our screwdriver. All right, so that should be off. This is off. We're going to go ahead and fire this guy back up. Turn that on, turn that on, turn the blower on. Make sure our gas is on, and turn the cold water back. All right, cold water is turned back on. No more water's coming out of here, so we call that a win.